just going to start this call out on the actual work order page and just kind of show you what each element is. So out of the default options here, notes is a text area, temperature is a text box, these checklist items are checkboxes, and the bottom one down here is a photo uploader. So when we want to create new items for our work orders, we're going to navigate to the settings page. We're going to go to work orders and we're going to go to items. Now we can create the items in here. First, we're going to name them. For example, we want to take a temperature reading. We can add temperature. And the name of the item is what the not only the tech, but your customer is going to see by the time you finish your work order. The section is what section do you want to put this in on the work order? So if we go back to our work order page, by default, I have my info, I have my readings, I have my checklist, and I have my photo sections. And so we can create more sections under the settings work orders sections. We can create more, or we can just use the default ones that are there. After we decide which section we want to put it into. So for temperature, we would put this into readings. We choose what type of input it is: text box, text area, checkbox, or a photo uploader. In this case, it would be a text box. The measurement is only ever used for text box items. This allows you to use a unit of measurement to display your text box item to your customer when you finish your work order. Whether that is a temperature reading, you could put degrees Celsius or degrees Fahrenheit in there. If it's like a chemical reading, you could put ppm, you could put grams. It's for a unit of measurement, and it's just how you can display and keep that separate from listing the name to your customers. And then the last item down here is where you choose your services. For example, instead of temperature, if we want to do water testing and balance, this could be under checklist and a checkbox. For something like this, we would want to do that maybe for pressure washing. So when we're creating an item, we now choose which services do we want this item specifically to show up for. If we leave this section blank, it shows up on the work orders under every service. If we want this item to show up only for specific services, for example, pressure washing, we can start typing pressure washing. We click the pressure washing and it adds that service. It is a multi-select here, so now if I type pressure back in there again, I can see pressure washing is still selected. I can choose pressure testing. Maybe I want to add it to window washing. Whatever you feel you need for your work orders, you just create those, and that is how you can create your work order items to display on your work orders.